the early JaRetro era, as we're going to call it, whatever, you know. Sometime after episode 2, after update 6, I changed my name to JaRetro because, one night in the car, I was coming home from Sydney, you know, whatever, and, it's a pretty long trip, and, I was like, okay, JazanaterZ is not a good name. It's, cluster you-know-what. And, so basically, I was like, what name could I do? And I thought of, like, how could I merge my name with something with what I do? Okay, Jarrett's and is JaRetro. Oh, look, the R is merged. The E is merged, the T. Oh my god. And so, we have a new name. JaRetro. Jarrett and Retro mixed together. The R and the N is put together. Portmanteau, it's called. It's interesting. Anyway, I did the last update video, 6.1. I think we went up to 6.2. But there hasn't been an update 7 ever. There has been no update 7. And I won't go back to that series. The update series is dead. Dead. Gone. There it goes. So yeah, episode 3 was my least favorite, spoiling the worst audio and visuals. It was wretched. It was like, I tried experimenting with a phone mic, like those little earbud mics that you speak into, and it produced horrible audio. It was just, ugh, it was horrible. Anyway, after that I started doing a few more Let's Plays, and the channel's quality started going up because I started replacing assets and stuff like that. I think this was around the time where I got a new MIDI. I'm not sure. I need to go back and research that. I didn't research this video very hard because, you know, I just kind of wanted this to be sort of casual or whatever. So I did Super Mario Bros. X for a while, which basically takes everything in the games of Super Mario All-Stars. If you watch my episode 5 video, you know that that was every single Mario game up to that main series, of course. Mario game up to that point in 16-bit graphics. Put together, and it was like a level design. It was really cool. It was a fan game based on Super Mario All-Stars. And after that, the best video at that point came out. Episode 4 of the review series with the best everything. It was on Super Mario Bros. 3, which was a great game. At that point, like, by episode 1, I had, like, a really bad thing against Mario 3. But, like, ever since I played it, I really liked that game. That game was one of my favorites, actually. Yeah. It was very well built, that review. It used headphones, and, like, I'm going to use those headphones for episode 7. I'm sorry I didn't use them in 6. Episode 4 of the review series came out, you know, it was very well built. It took 30 days. This was around Christmas, so I had a lot of free time. And December 2nd was also when the first news episode came out, based on what was happening in December 2016. That's where that series was born from. The last few videos of 2016 came out, and the channel uploading for like 2 weeks, until a February 2017 news video came out, and, you know, a few updates. But not like actual updates called JaRetro updates. It was just, you know, some random videos. A few Let's Plays, a vlog about Super Mario and what I liked, where I basically, I don't have the cartridges, the game boxes here for those games. It's basically where I talked about some of the more Mario games and what I liked about. That got a lot of attention, actually. Vlog about, a few announcements, and then the 5th episode came out, Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World, which also got a lot of attention. The review series, gladly, is what gets the most views on my channel, which is good, because I put a lot of effort into those. And Ep 5 was about as good as Ep 4, except, you know, it wasn't as long. It was like 5 minutes. And at this point, reviews 2 and 4 came out on top as my most viewed videos, along with JaZanaterZ New Beginnings. So, yeah. And now we get to what I like to call the modern JaRetro era. This starts from after episode 5 and it goes up until now, the first anniversary date. So I would say this was one of the worst parts, like just after episode 5 in terms of stands. It was mostly vlogs and video that were just text and music, and something I didn't put in the script for this video. I do have a script up here, but I'm not following too intensely because, you know. Idea is, this was when Camtasia was bugging out me. Camtasia 9 was like, oh, it's not working, and, you know, it wasn't opening. This was when my computer was going extremely bad. Like, just, ugh, it wasn't that good. So yeah, that was pretty horrible. Episode 6 had to get delayed, I think. You know, it was usually I think of my reviews as something I try to do in 30 days, and if I can't do it, 45 days. It usually happens because I either can't voice act or technical limitations. And by limitations, I said limitations in the title of that video instead of technical difficulties. I stuffed up. And I stuffed up again just then. So it was mainly text and music and me being, troubles, technical difficulties, more delays, more this, more that, and it was not that good. And there was one news video until the last review. And, you know, this is where episode 6 comes in, the Yoshi's Arm review. The one that got 208 views in the first month, which beat out episode 3. Episode 3 did really good, and that was a horrible video. Surprisingly, this got loads of attention and is now the second most popular video on my channel. It's even, beaten episode 3. The review has a lot more focus on comedy too, and I mean, some of the stuff was pretty cringy in there, but I mean, okay. It was comedy based. So after the May 2017 news video, I'd gone upload schedule and my video started to get really good. The upload schedule was decided earlier this month in May. Now getting into really recent stuff. I did test out some sweet VR goggles that I got on, somewhere. I got it on like a STEM convention or whatever from my school. I got, I tested them out by making a small VR versions where I had 2 screens side by side. I did that yesterday. I'm recording this on Friday, by the way. And my recent videos have been pretty good. I've played my theme on the piano just so it's entertaining, talked about some unused Mario Kart Wii content, and did a podcast in preparation, of this first anniversary. And it says review on my script, but I keep just putting review whenever stuff, I don't know. Okay, so now it's time for the more opinionated side of this. This is where I really go off track. I really enjoyed doing YouTube this past year, So, what I'm trying, stuff like that. I'm sorry for my rambling. This is where the script falls apart. I had a lot of fun doing this. I'm glad I invited a lot of people into my niche of retro gaming, and I'm glad I found myself a style. Now, I try to get as much attention as I can out of this, since this is a very small niche of video games, and I also tried to get some casual gamers in to see this. I mostly went to school and asked a lot of people in year 8 and 9 to subscribe if they had a Google account. A lot of people don't have a Google account or a YouTube account or whatever, and that bugs me, because you can't really subscribe and see my stuff. And I sort of put up the upload schedule to curb that issue. It's Monday and Tuesday at 5 p.m. And I usually use Tuesday as my backup day whenever there's a second upload or I miss my Monday deadline. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this. I've evolved a lot, put some posters up from like 2012. They're pretty old. And I'm hoping I can get somewhere with this. And now it's time for a bit of an unnecessary ramble segment. You guys, if you don't really want to hear my thank you message or some upcoming stuff that didn't make it into the news segment, you can just click off this video right now and just see something that I might put in the corner up there. I might link you to my playlist. If you haven't seen any of the earlier episodes, see them. So, watch the news segment preferably. That's probably the card I'll put up in there. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take the new 8-bit version of the theme I made. If you guys watched the news segment all the way to the end, like you should, you guys would have probably... I'm sorry, I probably scared you there. If you guys saw that news thing and watched the very end, I made an 8-bit version of my Theme of Fame tracker. It was pretty simple. I'm probably going to spruce it up eventually. But I want to incorporate that into a more live-action intro. If you've seen my intro, it's 5 seconds of and that's done. I want to make it longer, more elaborate, show my face, you know, some vlogging, like basically stitch a bunch of my old clips together from earlier of last year to this year and do some stuff like that. I'll basically stitch together my clips and do the 40-second intro. I might cut it down to 20 seconds, might chop out a few sections, copy paste it into a new file and stuff like that, you know. Sticking to a schedule is a thing that I also want to do. I kind of made this very hastily. I'm very sorry. And, you know, I want to take some time to create some even newer assets. All of the newest assets, which are the files I use, have come in, and it's really good. It's looking good. It's looking good. So, yeah. And now I just kind of want to thank you guys thank you all for sticking with me, everyone. I hope I taught you all about retro gaming, what it was like in the 80s, and, you know, it's sort of educational, this sort of thing is, and I wanted to show you guys just some games I liked, and I'm doing Sonic next, which is very good. We're branching out from Mario, and I want to do Mario first, because that one is pretty famous. Everyone knows who Mario is. Let's go, you know. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope I taught people, you know, lots about retro games and got some of you to play them, because I really want you guys to play these games and learn how to emulate and stuff like that. It's technical, but I mean, yeah, you can just play them online. There's some you can play in browsers and that. And I think people of this generation should also see some of the old games. Like, people who are recently subscribed should stop asking for videos before, you know, they've seen all the older ones. But, you know, I can't blame them. Yeah, whatever. And I'm sorry I'm recording this at night. There's a light bulb up above and stuff like that. So, yeah, this generation, retro games, stuff like that. And thank you for an amazing year. 2016/17 has been amazing. I had a lot of fun. I mean, it's all got a little bit of superficiality recently, you know, with all the social media and that. But, you know, I'm just glad I'm making a bunch of people happy, at least like 30 to 70 people when you see my uploads. I'm glad I could get people invested in this small community we've created, but yeah. And see you soon. I've had a lot of fun making this video. This has been mostly vlogs. I plan to do it on the headphones and stuff like that. This might be a long video, and I'm very sorry. But yeah. I love you guys. You guys have been amazing to me. Even the part of the fan base that's particularly annoying. And, yeah. It's been a year, alright? It's been a year. But, yeah, that's a wrap, guys. I'll see you soon. Thank you all for watching, and take care.